How's it going? Welcome to everyone who will watch the replay and those who will listen to the podcast. How are you guys? What's going on? What is going on in these notary streets? Today, I'm going to be answering some of your questions here live, and then we're also going to talk about how long does it take to get paid? Because I get that question quite a bit. And that's a really important question, right? Before we get started, who am I? I am Kimmi, your number one notary educator online, wherever you want me to be. I can be there. But I do teach notaries nationwide how to have a great foundation, because without knowing how to do your business, you have no business doing business. Okay. Hey, Carla, how's it going? Welcome. Okay. And I say that with the utmost respect because I want you to succeed. A lot of times we're so focused on the marketing piece, but we don't know how to actually do the work. Okay. So that's why that's my jam. That's what I do. I am great at teaching. I keep it simple. It don't have to be complicated. It don't have to be 200 modules. It don't have to be 100 modules. It can just be the information you need to get your business going. Thank you guys for the thumbs up already. I appreciate it. You guys are super cool. I appreciate it. So let's get right into it though. So how long does it take to get paid? Let's talk about it. Thank you, New Notary in Missouri. Yes. Hey, Lori W. Missouri, welcome. Carla, what do you plan to do with the business? General notary work, loan signing? What's your overall purpose? Everything, full-time, part-time? Let me know what's up. So anyway, let's see. How long does it take me to get paid? Well, let's talk about some different assignments, and then we'll go from there, okay? So the first one everyone always talk about is loan signing, of course. So as a loan signing agent, notary signing agent, yes, I'm in the state of Georgia, which is an attorney state. Yes, I do process loans, okay? So before you say, well, I'm in an attorney state, they told me I couldn't do it. If you guys knew the number of emails that I received from people saying, hey, I can't be a notary signing agent in the state of Georgia, it's completely false. You have to know how to play the game, okay? You have to. And I say that very respectfully when I say play the game, because this is not a game, this is business. But I'm saying you got to know the rules, you got to know what to do. And I've mastered it. So it's funny because that's how I even started my channel. Nobody was talking about it. And I'm like, we need to know what's going on in this loan signing space because somebody making some money and I need to be a part of that. So I did my own homework research, figured it out, decided I'm going to share what I know with everybody, and that's what's up. That's how I got started in this whole thing. So anyway, let's go to loan signings. So when I do loan signings for companies, typically it takes 30 to 60 days to get paid. Yep. 30 to 60. So when you're first starting out, that's rough. Okay. So that's why I'm a big proponent of keep your full-time job till your business starts growing. 30 to 60 days is a minute, right? Because your bills are not waiting 30 to 60 days while you wait on your first loan signing check to come. Okay. Yeah. Michaela says she hates that. Yeah, it's tight, Michaela, and that's the roughest part I think about the business is the wait for the pay. When I first started, I was like, how do I trust these companies? How do I know that they're going to actually pay me? That was my other thing. Because I have a little trust issues when it comes to getting my money, right? I did this work for you, and now I'm not getting paid. And this is before all the horror stories started with different signing companies not paying. This is before that time. So imagine starting in the business now and you hearing so many horror stories that people don't want to pay. And it's like, oh my God, when I'm going to get my money, right? So I never had that experience where no one paid me. I never had that happen to me. I am going to tell you a story about our other trainer, Alexis, though. So remind me in case I forget because it has happened to her. And I'm going to give you some tips in case it happens to you, okay? So just remind me because, I go in the rabbit hole. But anyway, so 30 to 60 days, and that's called net. Now, typically, it's closer to the 60-day mark, depending on which companies you work with. I have some that pay 30, some that actually do pay that 60, and I've had some even go 90. And the 90-day people, I don't typically work with them too much. I don't. I just don't have time to wait like that. I need my money. Even 60, I'm going to wait 60, but The 90-day people, I typically won't work with them. If I find out that they are, and you can read that in the offer, sometimes it'll tell you how often they pay, what the expectations are. But if they're taking like 90 days, I don't typically work with them. I'm more a 30 to 60 day kind of person. Now, let me tell you why it doesn't feel so bad when you have to wait 30 to 60 days once you really get your business going, because you're getting checks coming in constantly. I'm doing a signing today, tomorrow, the next day, those checks just start rolling in. Okay? They just start rolling in. So that's why it's kind of like a little bank. You got to have a little money set aside before you start this, especially if you're going to just go cold turkey. You got to have some money set aside, because those checks are not going to be rolling in weekly like your W-2 job every 2 weeks. It's not going to happen. I don't care what nobody tell you. So my favorite way to get paid is working with people direct. Okay? And even sometimes with direct, I'm waiting on a signing right now. The documents are coming tomorrow. And the signing is supposed to be tomorrow, but they're going to put it on the CD, the closing disclosure. They're going to put it on there, and they're going to cut me a check from there. So even with that direct, it may be like a week or two before I actually get my money. So in this case, it's my client. He has 2 properties that he's selling, right? Normally, he will pay me out of his pocket. He will pay me himself. But in this particular case, he's decided, hey, I want to put it on the CD so he can write it off as a business expense. So I'm good with that, because I've done many jobs for him. I trust him. I know where he lives at. You know what I'm saying? So I love working direct because the pay is typically faster. There are companies that will say, hey, just send me over an invoice. I will Zelle you. Okay. So when I hear people tell you, don't take Zelle, don't take Cash App as a form of payment, I take issue with that, because a lot of companies, that's how they pay you. You send them an invoice, they will Zelle you. I had a guy yesterday, I did an affidavit signing for. Affidavit. I talked about this in our, I think, a mentor session or somewhere. I don't remember, I'd be talking so much. But anyway, and he Zelled me the money. I sent him in a text how much he owed me, and he paid me. I didn't even actually send him a digital invoice, okay? So, and that's cool. You're going to get things happen like that. So if you're so rigid where I'm only going to send you a paper invoice, you're only going to do ABC, you must do this when it comes to the money, you're not going to make money. I have people pay me with Cash App. I take Zelle. I take Venmo. Now, Venmo's not my favorite just because I just don't use it a lot. Excuse me, but I do have the app set up. Let me get y'all questions here. Let's see. YouTube has something new here called Top Fans. I don't know what that is, but I gotta check into it. So let's go back to Carla. Carla says, hey, I want to do it all. Michaela said she hates that part of the business. She would agree. Fana, hey Fana, said, hey Kimmi, I joined the masterclass last night. God willing, this goes well for me. Oh, great. I'll be looking for you. Make sure you join the group me so we can get you really acclimated. I find the people that join the group me and get all the tips, all the gems. The group me is our live chat, 7 days a week, almost 7 in the morning to 11 at night. Typically, it's more like 9 to 11. Because we got people on the West Coast, Mountain Time, and all that are doing signings, so we help them. But it's a live chat. You get stuck on something, drop it in there. You got a whole community that can help you. But primarily, it's myself, Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Jeffrey, Alexis, and Lori be dropping a lot of gems in there, too. Actually, we got a great team. Everybody, our community is really growing. And we had our live session last night, guys. If you don't come but one time this month, join the mentorship and see what it's all about. We had so many wins last night. I was ecstatic. I almost wanted to cry. 2 weeks ago, we did have people crying because they're just making progress. Sometimes you need somebody to motivate you, to help you get on the right path. You can have all the stuff there, but if you don't have nobody helping you to do it, sometimes it just doesn't work. So in the our mentorship program really is number one. I will say that. I used to be like, no, it's number one. Your girl can say it's number one because we doing some things over there. I say we walk in silence a lot. And I just told the group yesterday, I said, I'm about to start putting y'all on blast, okay? Y'all doing too much good stuff over here. You doing your first Texas cash out. You doing your first power of attorney. I'm like, no, we got to start telling people, okay? and like I was telling Alexis, too, our other trainer, A lot of people are shy, you know. I'm not like, I did this, look at me. I'm not that person. But if you ask me a question and I have an opportunity to get on the stage, I'm not afraid at the karaoke. Let's just say that. Give me the mic. All right, what else we got? Michaela says, I wasn't compensated for a job I did for taking pictures of a property. How long ago did that happen, Michaela? How long ago did that happen? Yeah, you need to send them a demand letter. Yeah, send them a demand letter. Let's see how long did it. Let me get a few more facts before I start telling you what to do, but don't just let it go. Okay? And I'll tell you what to do if that does happen. It happened to Alexis. We'll talk about it. Lisa saying hello. Lori says she loves Zelle payments. I do too, Lori. And it kills me when I hear people say, Pamela said Zelle me. But I hear people say that to notaries, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand that. Again, you should be taking Zelle. You should have a Square processor. You don't even have to have the little app, the little hard device. You can actually do it all on your phone. They got tap features. I mean, it's so easy to get paid nowadays. And the thing about it is, you want to make it easy for your clients to pay you. If you make it too complicated, well, I got to go to the bank and get $40. And now what I don't like is when they come to me and they don't have change, because I'm not a bank. Okay. I've had that happen a few times. And I'm like, you need to pay by Zelle, you need to pay by Cash App or something, because I don't have cash like that. I'm not a cash and carry business like that. I prefer when they come with exact change, because again, I just don't have cash like that. So that part can be a little frustrating sometimes. So that might go to me needing to screen. How are you paying? And I used to be part of my screening questions. I don't ask that typically too much now. I still teach it. I still teach that as part of your screening questions. But the main reason I don't ask it all the time is because 9 out of 10 clients are asking me, how do you get paid? They already know they got to pay me. So they're like, how does it happen? So I usually just, default, they'll ask me and I'll tell them or whatever, So Michaela says, yeah, her best friend, my payments apps are my best friends. Yeah, so I don't understand why people are saying don't use Zelle, don't use Cash App. That's ghetto. It's not ghetto. I have a personal Cash App and I have a business Cash App. Okay, I have a business Zelle and I have a personal Zelle. So my funds are completely separated. The IRA and anybody else that needs to see anything with my business, it's right here. It's itemized on my bank statement. They can see it. It's not like I'm commingling funds. So I don't know, to each his own. But I'm a firm believer in make it easy for your clients to do business with you. Make it easy. So when they say, oh, I got to run to the bank, I said, well, do you have Cash App? Do you have Zelle? And they're like, oh, you take that? Yeah, I do. You see? Versus, oh, let me go to the bank. Because back in the day, I don't know if you guys know this, but it was kind of hard. You had to go to your ATM or you have all these extra fees. And it still worked like that a little bit. But I would be like, I ain't doing that. So I would go to Publix, buy a candy bar, buy a pack of gum, get cash back, and then go do my transaction wherever I had to go. Right? Do you really want your client doing all that? By the time they got to do all that, they done lost the flavor for you. And they're like, whatever. By the time they get to you, they irritated. It's 100 degrees outside right now. And I got to go over here, get some money. Be a business. I said, no, we're fully able to do everything. Okay? So I'll tell you what happens when I get paid from General Notary right quick. Hold on. You join the GroupMe fan. When you look at, no, the GroupMe is not on the website. When you signed up for mentorship, there was a welcome email. And within that welcome email is the link for the GroupMe. Okay? And just answer the questions and then we'll let you in the group. If you can't find it, shoot me an email at notaryeducatorsllc.com at gmail.com. Okay? What did I say? No. Let's say that again. Notaryeducatorsllc at gmail.com. So shoot me an email and just put in there GroupMe and I'll send it over to you right away when I finish. Okay? Because I need you in that GroupMe, because that's really, I find that people that are part of GroupMe for real, they just do so much better. And don't be shy. It is a community. We talk in there all day. So you're not only learning from the training sessions, the live training sessions, that chat be on fire. Okay. Yeah, so it's not on the website, okay? Michaela says 4 months. 4 months ago, they haven't paid you? Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem. So what has been your course of action so far? Thank you, Lori. Like, subscribe, please. What has been your course of action so far? Let me know. Hey, Martha. What's up? What's up? Atlanta Apostille and Mobile Notary. Hey, ATL is in the house. What's up? So let me tell you, when I get paid from general notary work, what do I do? Hey, Nita girl, how are you? We got quite a few people joining us. So general notary work, what do I do? Kind of similar to what we just talked about, but I want to be crystal clear. So someone calls me from the public. It could be a little mother around the block. She just needs a school note notarized, or if I'm going to a hospital, or if I'm going to a jail. Now, I decided when I have to travel so far to nursing homes and jails and hospitals and all that, they have to leave me a deposit. Yep, they have to. Because one time I was on my way to a jail signing, and right when I was getting there, the person wasn't able, that was still new to the business. And that was the first time I had to do that. And I was like, no, they got to pay me something. They got to pay me half of my travel. And what happens a lot of times if you get to an appointment and for some reason you can't do it, maybe your client isn't coherent. Maybe they are sleeping. That's happened before too. I hate to wake them up. Excuse me. Or maybe the doctor has to come in. It could be any number of reasons why the signing doesn't happen. Maybe the ID is not good. Maybe there's no witnesses, right? It could be any number of reasons why signing doesn't happen. Most clients that are good customers will offer to compensate you something. Okay. So I had one, sent Jeffrey on last week. That's my husband, for those of you who may be new. He's a notary also, notary signing agent. Oh, wait, we're in Georgia. We shouldn't say notary signing agent. Whatever. The NNA recognizes us as notary signing agents. Okay. Now, in Georgia handbook says you don't call yourself a notary signing agent. Okay. The point is they're paying notary signing money. That's the point. Okay. And I want to help you to get there too. So, oh girl, yes. Teamwork makes the dream work. So this day I could not get there. And I sent Jeffrey. And he, all of a sudden, he called me. He was like, hey, what's the Cash App again? Because I did do some changing with my Cash App. That's another story. And anyway, I gave it to him, and the person sent $30, but their bill was supposed to be $50. And I was like, I said, okay, I wonder what happened with that. So, because I mean, Jeff's a big guy, so I didn't figure they was trying to take advantage of him or something. So he said, I'll tell you what's going on later. So when he got back home, he told me what happened. So they couldn't sign because the mother was just like, I ain't signing that. It was a power of attorney. She was like, I don't know what I'm signing. And it was blank. That was the other piece of it. And it was 7 pages or 8 pages. And he was like, he already know we don't wait while you filling out 8 pages. It's very rare. It's very rare we're going to wait for you to fill out the 8 pages. Unless the person is really lucid, they know what they're doing, they're in agreement. But a lot of times when you get there and they've not filled out the paperwork, that's a whole nother story, because it takes time. A lot of times they're coercing, they're kind of pushing the mom or dad along, like, Mom, you got to sign this. We talked about this. And she's like, got to make a major decision. Hey, do you want life support or not? So we're not waiting around for that. And we have left appointments and went back. So, but again, when it just doesn't happen, there are many clients that have said, hey, let me shoot you something. I had one guy, he had scheduled an oath only appointment with me. He had a court date. I was supposed to go do the oath. That was it. And it did not happen. He didn't have to do it, but he still shot me. I think it was $35. He sent me $35. And I thought that was so kind of him. So you know what? If he ever need anything else, I'm there. He don't have to blink twice. He don't have to do nothing. I am there. Because loyalty begets loyalty. I won't ever forget that. That, hey, oh, that's the guy that sent me the money even though the appointment canceled. Okay, so your clients, when you build that relationship with them, and he was also a repeat client, and it may not be repeat, they coming to you every day. People don't need stuff notarized every day normally. But if you got 50 clients and they all need something kind of regular, or their family members need something, or you become the family notary, you understand what I mean? That's what gets the ball rolling. And a lot of times people are like, well, how do I market? How do I market? Do great work the first time, and the other stuff is going to happen. I'm a firm believer in, that's why if you notice, I don't talk a lot about money over here. I'm not flashing. You can make 150,000. You can do this. You can do that, because I know the money will come if you do the work. I just don't, because people get so caught up in the money they don't do the work, right? And I just hate that. I hate that for the industry. And I'm about the only one. It's another person out there that will talk about how to do proper notarizations and stuff. Um, but you know, I hate that part for the industry, because it's not just about the money. I'm gonna get my money, and I tell you how to get yours too. But if you're going out there messing up people's documents, you're the third notary that had to go out there. There's something's wrong with the industry. Something's wrong with the training. There's a lack of it. Okay, people are telling you you don't have to do it. Well, you can just learn it yourself. Open up your handbook. Open up your handbook. If it was that easy, people would be doing it right. All right, Lori says yes. Loyalty is priceless. Yes, for real, Lori. Yep. So I'm a big believer in just do the right thing, do it the first time. The client's gonna call you back. They're gonna tell their friends about you. They are. We just had something. I think it was in a group last night. All my stories running together, but they got one signing, and then it went well, and then they told somebody else about the notary. I don't know. It'd be so much in my head, y'all. But I do know for a fact, if you do good work, they are gonna call you back. Okay. Next, we have, just says first name. So true. I've been watching all videos, and I can find to learn as much to do the best job possible. Yeah, and you can do a lot by videos. I'm self-taught. But if you find that you can't get what you need by just watching the video, and I have 1,000 of them here on my channel, then mentorship is where you need to be. Let's go ahead and refine it. Because even though it's so funny, I have 1,000 videos on my channel, I still got maybe another 15 courses that I could write based on questions that come up. So it's always more to learn, and you don't want to just be a surface notary. You don't want to be a Facebook notary where you get out there, you got to sign. And let me put a picture of this in Facebook, and people who have not been trained trying to help you, or you got 15 different opinions. No. Now, if you're able to put it in Facebook and you kind of know what the answer might be, and you can kind of determine between, all the different comments, that's different. But if you're brand new and 15 different people over Facebook trying to tell you what to do, not. And we have a Facebook group. We do not teach in a Facebook group. We never have. That group has been there almost 4 years now. We do not teach in a Facebook group. We'll answer a couple of basic questions, but I can't teach you how to be a great notary in a Facebook group. Nor should you try to learn how to be a great notary in a Facebook group. Okay? And I have a lot of people that work notaries. Well, I do it for work. It's a whole different ball game when you're doing something, they just stamping papers and they just shooting them in front of your face, versus you having to know why you're doing it. You have to add notarization, notarial blocks sometimes. You got to change the venue. You got to put them under oath. In real world, people don't put people under oath. They're like, I've never had a notary do that before. Oh, yeah, we going to do it. And we do it over here at Notary Educators. All right. P. LaShawn says, hi, new notary here. Welcome. What state are you in? So let me tell you about Alexis right quick. What happened with her? This is when she first started too. She did a signing for a company and they never paid her. It was 90 pages. I think it was a seller's package. It might have been a seller's or a buyer. It was when we first started. She first started because I started before her. And they didn't pay her. And she went through all the channels. She did email. She did try to follow up. Because you're taught, even from the NNA, do not go to the client. If they don't pay you, in the instructions, part of the notary signing agent code and all that is, you do not go to the client and say, hey, title didn't pay me. The lender didn't pay me. Such and such didn't pay me. Now you need to pay me. That's a no-no. That's a no. And you want to call that person so bad and tell on them. I've seen in chats where people have did it before. I'm not going to tell you to do that because that is not the right thing to do, okay? It's actually, like I said, in a notary signing agent guidebook or whatever it's called at the NNA. The test you have to take is part of the test. You are not going to go to the client and ask for the money. You just going to be out of the money, okay? So that's ended up what happened with Alexa. She tried for months to get the money. The company just went go. So she had to end up writing it off on her taxes. And that's what I was going to suggest. If that does happen to you, you just write it off as a loss. It's so rare that it happens. It's so rare that it happens. P. LaShawn says she's in Indiana. I got peeps in Indiana. Hey, LL. Welcome, welcome. Lisa says, yep, still waiting for money. Lisa, are you still waiting? And for how long has this been for you? How long? How long have you been waiting? Decided just to do mines as a loss also. Oh my God, Lisa, I'm so sorry. Lisa's in mentorship. She's actually one of our people that help us with the chat over in GroupMe. Oh, I'm reading your thing, Lisa. From March, what is this? March, April, May, June. Wow. Do you mind if we ask how much it was, Lisa? You don't have to tell us the company. I am curious, though. But I won't put them on blast because I don't do that. Oh my God, Lisa, are you kidding? $210? Oh man, you never told us about that. Was it from a signing company? Or it was? It came through signing order? Or direct? Sorry guys, I didn't know that happened. Oh, it was from signing order. You know what? For $210, that's making me want to write a letter to signing order. Yeah, to let signing order know that, hey, pull them. So Lisa's bringing me to another point too. Lisa, was it a smaller company? Was it a company that you knew? I'm just asking. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that give you a bad taste in your mouth as a notary signing agent. And it could happen to any of us. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And I did not know that happened to you. But like you said, at the end of the day, I would just write it off on my taxes as a loss. I would just write it off. And don't forget, we're writing off the mileage. We're writing off the whole loss. So what happened, yeah, I'm so sorry that happened. No, it's from the cloud, 3 different signing dates. Oh, a total of 210. And you know what? I've not seen them anymore. Nope. I've not. So, it's kind of funny because the rep that they were getting with notaries was really bad. I've not even received any signings from them, period. You send demand letters and still nothing. Yeah, I think they're out of business. I really do. I don't know that factually. I don't know that allegedly, factually, whatever. But I've not received any notifications from them. And I wouldn't doubt the way that they were doing business that they're gone. So I do want to leave you guys a couple more tips really quick. So with Alexis, so put a bow on that. She did have to end up just writing it off on her taxes. In her case, it was $90. And I will give you guys one more tip here when we're talking about this payment thing. I do not like to work with smaller companies. I don't. It's too many notaries. And I have a whole video on this on the channel. It's too many notaries that are starting signing companies and they don't have any capital. They don't have any reserves. They don't have any money to pay you until they get paid. And they probably already spent that. So they found out about the business. They don't know how to do business. And they're sending out these signings, getting us as notaries to go out there and do the work. And then they're not paying us. That is so not cool. And you will reap what you sow. Some people call it karma, but you will reap what you sow. You will reap what you sow. And you know who you are if you're doing that to notaries. So a lot of times, like I said, they're learning the business. They watch 5 YouTube channels and they're like, oh, well, let me go start a signing service. I'll be the middle person. I'll keep most of the money and send them out there for $20. I'll send them out there for $30. I don't work with no-name companies. I don't. I barely buy no-name ketchup. No brand mustard. So I don't work with no brand companies. And when I say no brand, they have not been around long enough. Closing exchange, don't have to worry about it. Most of the time on signing order, you don't have to worry about it. But now you do, because signing order is just letting anybody sign up. Now we go back to that new notary thing. Okay, so they list their order there. Signing order probably hasn't vetted them to see, if they're a reputable company or not. Right? So Atlanta Apostille says, I don't do loan signings, but curious to know if loan signing companies make attorneys available at closing since Georgia is an attorney state. That is exactly the process. The The signing company will already assign the attorney. I don't have to go out and look for one. I don't have to call one. I do have to call the one that they put in the order, so they already know it's an attorney state. They have already contacted whoever they want to use. Their phone number is there, so I'll call and say something like, "Hey, I'm Kimberly. I'll be your notary for the signing such and such date. Da 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 da." And then we'll confirm what that looks like. And typically, it can go a couple different ways. I've had some attorneys that want to stay on the phone the whole time. I've had some attorneys that say, call me when it's finished. So, my personal preference is I like the ones that say, call me when it's finished. Because I know what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? When I first started, and they would say, well, do you want me to stay on? They would ask me sometimes when I first started. They didn't know I was just starting, but they would ask, well, I can stay on. What's your preference? They would ask me too. Yeah, can you stay on? So that actually was training for me. So I learned, a lot from listening to the attorneys and everything. But it's not even required for them to be on there the whole time. They have to be a part of it. So because you're in an attorney state, don't panic and say, I can't make money. There are a lot of different loan products. And guess what type of signing I even received the other day? I got a request to drive a client to an appointment. It said, I was trying to find it so I could show it to the mentees yesterday in the group. But I actually got that request. And they were like, hey, can you drive the client from here to there? And I was like, okay. And so all kind of signings are coming from signing companies nowadays. It's field inspection jobs are coming from signing companies. From the field inspection companies, they send it out mystery shopping. So the point is you want to get in the game so you can know. That's why I keep saying you got to know the game, guys. Don't just say, ain't no loan signings. It's the business is dead. It's slow. It's oversaturated. No, it's not. It's going to be what you make it. It's going to be what you make it. It is. If you about your business, we had somebody this week. She did 3 signings and field inspections, and she learned about that from me in our course. I got a whole field inspection course. Check out the mentorship program. It's got 16 different courses. We teach you how to properly notarize, because you need to know how to do that, how to do your notarial duties, to give you that confidence. Once you start getting that confidence built, you know what to do, then you're going to start commanding those different prices that we talk about. You ain't got to talk about the money because the money is going to come. We had a couple people we talked about in mentorship last night that they used to get those low ball offers, but they've did a few jobs for those particular companies, and now they already know, okay, when I give Sarah that work, it's going to come back great. When I give Nancy that work, it's going to come back great. I don't have to hire 3 notaries. But the prices are so low because they're going to pay you $20 because you don't know what you're doing. They're going to pay the next one $30 to figure it out, right? And then after they waste all that little money, now they got to still come over here and pay me the real amount because I'm not going out there for $20, right? I don't do $20 work. I don't. So all that being said, when you know what you're doing, the money will come. Apostilles, we have the ink fingerprinting, we have the remote online notary, the wedding officiant course, everything you need. That's why I kept saying all this year, no more excuses. No more excuses. I don't even take a whole lot of time trying to explain this, explain that. Facts are there. 1,000 videos here, mentorship over there. Everything you need is included. We got you. Learn it. Start, put it in, work the program. The program will work for you. It's not that complicated. You ain't got no business doing business. Y'all know all my sayings. So 2025, 2026, 2027, 2030, 2040, whenever you watching this, okay? No more excuses. No more. We got to just start doing the work. Mentorship is too high. Mentorship is too high. And it's true. There are some mentorships that are super high. Ours is not. And just because it's priced a little less than some of the higher priced ones, I'm just doing that because I believe in volume. I believe each one teach one. I believe if I teach you well, I got so many people in mentorship right now. My family member told me about you. My sister told me about you. I'm sitting here like, really? This girl, matter of fact, was in another state in Alabama, and she was at the gas pump. I don't know how that conversation even came about. I don't know how the conversation even came about, but somehow she at the gas pump And she was like, I'm talking to somebody, and they was like, hey, you should check out this girl. They were in Alabama. I forget that part. And she's like, you should check out this girl on YouTube. Me. I was like, oh. So I got people working for me at the gas pump. But what I'm saying is, and that's the same thing for you and your business. If you do great work, people will work for you. They're going to tell their family members. They're going to tell the next person. When you get your foot in the hospital and you treat that client well, they're going to tell the next social worker, hey, call the girl with the flower. This is my branding. Okay? Your girl don't leave the house without a flower. That is my branding. That is part. We were at a signing recently, and the client came in. He said, I knew you. He's younger. He said, I knew it was you from your flower because of your branding. I didn't start out that way. It wasn't like I said, let me wear a flower so that can be my brand. I just always wore one. Short story, because I used to work in a city in Georgia that was not the same diversity or same culture that I'm from, right? Let's say that. And my hair was like a little bigger because it was a little healthier and thicker and stuff. And I would just wear it in its natural state. And they would kind of look at it like, what's that, Billy? And I could see it. And I was like, I got to do something with this hair. And it was still new for me too. Because it was either go natural or go bald. It was either one. I don't have no problem with going bald if I have to. I might have a face that can rock it. And there are plenty of women that are doing it. So, but when I make this comment, I'm saying it for me. Those were my choices because my perms were just tearing out my hair. This is off topic. I'm going to get back to this question. But so that's why I started going natural. I was like, either I'm going to have some hair when I get older, or I'm not going to have no hair. I'm going to keep my Anita Baker look or my Toni Braxton look because that was my style, y'all. I love that. But the perm was killing my hair. So I was like, that's it. So I never really knew what to do with it when I went natural, but I just put my gel in it, and little did I know, oh, I love your hair, or I would twist it out back in the day. But I'm like, why go through all that? For me, my twist outs don't last. So I would stick a flower in my hair no matter where I was. Even now, if I just go out to the store, I got a white flower. I got a whole bunch of them. All right. P. LaShawn says, I'm definitely interested in mentorship. I'm signing up ASAP. Yeah, when you get serious about your business, again, don't sign up for mentorship just because you want to come and just see what's up. Okay. I really want you to come when you're ready. When you're ready. Okay. I really want you to come when you're ready. When you're really ready to start this business and you're really ready to grow, hit the ground running and be about it. Come on. We're waiting for you. We've been here now doing mentorship now almost 2 years, different forms of mentorship, and it's going amazing. Now we are back. We only have the one program now. I just got commissioned June 16th. I'm ready. If you're really ready, P. LaShawn, if you're really ready, then come on for join mentorship, okay? And look at the, I need to put the Google reviews over there, but just, you know me. If you don't know me, watch some more videos here. I got 1,000 of them, like I said, over 1,000. Watch some videos, and what you see here is what you're going to get in mentorship. If you like my teaching style here, you're going to love mentorship. If you don't like how I teach over here, if it's too simple for you, I may not be your trainer. And guess what? I had that happen several times. One girl, she says, she did the ink fingerprinting course, and she was like, is that it? It's a nice course. She loved the course. She said, it's a nice course. I love it. Gave it 5 stars. But she was just like, that's it. Well, I could have made 50 modules and make it longer just to stretch it out. A module for what is a finger? Or a module, how many fingers do we have? Or a module, what is a pinky? I don't teach like that. I give it to you straight, no chaser. Let's get it. Ain't nobody got no time for all these modules, okay? I do not have time for all these modules. Let's get it. Now I'm going to get to my money. Okay. So yes, that's not how I teach. That's not how I teach. I keep it simple, uncomplicated. So let's get it. Let's do the thing. Okay. So we'll look for you. All right. And I will push back. So again, if you want a person that spoons feeds you, I'm not your person, because I believe that I want to teach you the correct way how to do it. I want to help you to refine it, but don't call me and say, or put in the chat, can I take an expired ID? And it's okay, you can put it there, right? But we're gonna push back. I'm gonna say, what's your handbook say? Because you got to know. You got to know. Some stuff you have to know your basics in order for us to get it done. It's just no way around it. Okay? And I'm even really talking to my people now. Don't take an assignment that you've not prepared for. If you don't know how to perform a wedding, why would you accept a wedding job? Okay? Work with me. Work with me. Why would you accept that? You've not taken the wedding officiant training. You don't even have your license or anything from the state or from the Universal Life or anything else telling you that it's okay. But you're going to do somebody's wedding. Not. Okay? So what else we got? I'm going to get ready to get out of here too. Any other questions before I head out? I think I covered everything I set out to. If I did not, drop it in the chat for me if I neglected to tell you something. Oh, one more thing. When it comes to payments, I agree they will leave a review. Yeah. Hey, Media Markle. Yeah, let me tell you about checks. Taking checks really quick. So I do not take checks unless it is from an attorney. Maybe. The big question mark. Big. Because I don't know you. I will take checks from a senior. Okay. I will take checks for a senior. But I don't take checks from everybody. I do not. Very, very particular on who I take a check from. Very particular. So I'd rather take your credit card or something versus that. Versus a check. No, because I don't know you. Your check might not be good. I've never had a bounce check because I'm very, I can count the number of times I've taken a check since I've had my business. Maybe I can tell you who they were too. A senior, an attorney, and a state package. 3, 4, 5 tops. And I don't think it's been 5, y'all. I don't do checks. Leaving work right now to a last minute general notary. So see, you got to get it when you can get it. Lisa's getting that money. You got to get it when you can get it. So what is this top fans that YouTube has here? Oh, that's something new. I don't know why it's there. Cool. All right. So any other questions before I get out of here? I see we got some new people that joined the live. And again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Always my pleasure. Check out the Notary journal collection. 15 different journals. Beautiful journals, guys. Check out the journals. Check out the mentorship program and start your notary book if you're just brand new and you still unsure about the mentorship. Start with the book. It's an ebook for your state. All 50 states have their own book, even DC. Lori, thank you, honey. Like and subscribe. I gotta put Lori on the payroll just for that. Like and subscribe. Okay. All right, guys. Well, on behalf of Notary Educators with Kimmi, if we don't have anything else, I am going to say good night. It's been my pleasure as always, and I wish you much success in your business. Bye.